What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Last time, we faced off against Naps again, and Lavrina, one of Cypher's admins, and we have learned of their plans to create an ultimate shadow Pokemon that cannot be purified. We've stopped them for now, and we've rescued Professor Crane. And right when we came back, the Purify chamber is ready to go. So in this episode, we are going to head into the Purify chamber and see what it's all about. Take a good look, Michael. This is the Purify chamber. Michael, your father and I designed it 5 years ago when we were motivated by the Shadow incident. If evildoers were to create Shadow Pokemon again, we wanted to be able to save them ourselves. Michael, your father believed that passionately. To honor your father's wish, I put together our Pokemon HQ lab. If your father were here, I'm sure he'd be delighted. While I was gone, everyone seems to have rallied around Lily and made things happen. Okay, Michael, we'll have you lead the way. The glorious history of the Purified Chamber will begin with you. But first, if you would be so kind as to briefly explain how the Purified Chamber works. Certainly. Okay, Michael, listen closely. The Purified Chamber is a facility in which Shadow Pokemon undergo purification through contact with regular Pokemon. Purification is conducted on what we call a set. This is where a Shadow Pokemon comes into contact with regular Pokemon. In the center of a set, one Shadow Pokemon is placed. Up to 4 regular Pokemon can be placed around the Shadow Pokemon. We have 9 of those sets here. That means we can efficiently purify up to 9 Shadow Pokemon at the same time. There is one thing you need to be careful about. Purification won't proceed if you place only a single Shadow Pokemon on a set. Purification can only happen if there is at least 1 regular Pokemon on a set with a Shadow Pokemon. The number of regular Pokemon placed with a Shadow Pokemon and their compatibility are key points. First, the number of regular Pokemon. The more regular Pokemon you place with a Shadow Pokemon, the quicker purification is. Next, the compatibility of Pokemon. Compatibility depends on the types of Pokemon involved and the directions they face. By adjusting these factors, you'll likely see differences in purification speeds. If you need details, I'll be happy to explain later, but right now, I'd like you to check the sets out. I will go ahead and explain what all of that means when we actually see the Purification Chamber in action. The Purified Chamber status is on standby. System status is good to go. Step onto that circular plate. A holographic image of a Pokemon involved in purification will appear. Well, it would if there were actually some Pokemon on the sets. When you're checking the hologram, you can zoom to individual sets. At any selected set, you can configure things as you see fit. Again, I'll explain all of this in more detail when we actually see this. Control panel will appear for you to pick Pokemon you want to place on the set and so on. If you bring Pokemon, you should place them on the sets. Don't worry, you'll figure out when you actually try it. And they'll also be around to give you advice, which I will not talk to them. Now that we finally got rid of that, I can actually explain what all of that means. So, as the one person told us, there are 9 different sets. These sets indicate that which Shadow Pokemon can be purified. So you can purify up to 9 Shadow Pokemon using the Purified Chamber. Editing this, we can go ahead and take a Shadow Pokemon, either from our PC box or our party. Now, we'll go ahead and we'll use Gulpin as an example. So I'll go ahead and take Gulpin and place it here in the center. Now, just placing a Shadow Pokemon won't allow it to purify. Instead, you have to use regular Pokemon. So we have Poochyena and Ladybug. So I'll go ahead and place both of these Pokemon here. So you see the rate at which Gulpin will purify. The low tempo and the fact that there's only 1 arrow shows that it would purify at a very slow rate. However, by putting multiple Pokemon here, the rate increases. Now, the compatibility that the scientists mentioned deals with typing. If you have a Pokemon that the next one in the cycle they're super effective on, it will increase the flow more. So as long as you have a consistent cycle of what Pokemon are super effective against another type of Pokemon, that will increase purification a lot more. However, since we only have the very few normal Pokemon, we can't really effectively purify Gulpin or really purify any of our other Shadow Pokemon for the time being. But that's basically how it works. It is a lot more efficient method than what you were able to do in Colosseum, which is good because there are a lot more Shadow Pokemon in this game than there were in Colosseum. So this does help in purifying things. Purifying Pokemon a lot quicker. How'd you find the Purify Chamber? Using this system, it's possible to purify many Shadow Pokemon at the same time. Oh, also you can access the Purify Chamber from any PC. Be sure to try that feature. Now the issue is how Shadow Pokemon should be recovered from Cypher. It looks as if you'll have to get busy some more with the snag machine, Michael. So yes, that is pretty much how we're going to be going through this. You can access the Purify Chamber from any PC box. However, you do have to come back here to the actual Purify Chamber itself if you want to fully purify it. You can't do that from a PC box, you have to come back here. Now personally, I have mixed thoughts about the Purify Chamber. On one hand, it is a lot more convenient to purify a lot more Shadow Pokemon at the same time, which is what it was designed for. However, I feel like that takes away the personal connections that you make with the Shadow Pokemon. Because, I mean, before you just bring them around with you, you try them out in battle, you'd see how good the Pokemon are. Whereas here, I mean, you just place them on a set and just walk around a lot until they're ready to be purified. So, I find that it takes away some of the personal attachments that you put to these Shadow Pokemon. But for gameplay elements, it is very helpful. Oh, speaking of Cypher, Lily, have you made any progress with that data ROM we brought back from Cypher's lab? Oh yes, I've asked Dayton to analyze the contests on the data ROM. It should be ready soon. Michael, could you go upstairs and ask Dayton how he's doing? Dayton is the man in the room next to the director's office, remember? He was compiling the basic data. Big brother's tired, so Jovi will go. Oh, Jovi, it's okay. This is for work. And Jovi just runs off anyway. Oh, seeing Jovi and her boundless energy makes me realize I'm back home. Anyway, I wonder what's on that data ROM. Oh, Jovi, there's no stopping you. Please, Michael, go ask Dayton how he's doing in his office upstairs. Yeah, I can only imagine what Jovi is doing up there. Now, normally I would have gone and healed my Pokemon considering how weak they were at the end of last episode. But when you get back to the HQ lab, all your Pokemon are fully healed. So the game's kind of nice to you for just instantly healing your Pokemon when you get back. So thanks, game. Jovi, what did you do? What did you do to Dayton? Oh? Isn't Dayton the man who's always fiddling around with his computer here? This is strange. Jovi wonders where he went. That is strange. Well, I suppose we can just look around. Where'd this Kecleon come from? Oh well, whatever. I suppose there's nothing much more for us to do. Since we do have a few Shadow Pokemon that can be purified though, I suppose our next task would be to head on over to a Gate Village. We can purify Shadow Pokemon, like I said, from just going to the Purify Chamber, but I feel as though if we purify Shadow Pokemon from the Shadow Chamber, they should be purified there. If we purify Shadow Pokemon from them being around us, they should be purified from the Relic Stones. That's kind of my personal preference. Dayton? Oh, I'm sorry, Professor, I couldn't decipher it! Huh? Oh, it's you, Michael. You scared me half to death. That data ROM is heavily protected like a bank vault. It would take a seriously talented guy to break through and get to the contents. A seriously talented guy, you say? Oh, hello there, Professor. Ah, Professor! I'm terribly sorry! It can't be helped. And if it's a seriously talented guy we need, well, I think I may have a solution. Who would that person be? Michael, I'm sorry to spring this on you, but could you deliver the data wrong to ONBS in Pirate Town? Dayton, hand the data wrong to Michael, please. Oh, right away. Yay, we got the data wrong back. ONBS is known as a TV network, but they're much more than that. The people that later founded ONBS were actually instrumental in breaking Cypher's conspiracy 5 years ago. Please deliver that data wrong to Net at ONBS. He's right-hand man to Sec, ONBS's leader. I'm confident that he'll be able to get at the contents of the data ROM. Pirate Town is Pyrite Town. There's a difference between pyrite and pirate. I should learn to speak. Pyrite is past a gate. It's quite far, so be careful when you're traveling out that way. Okay, so we have to head on over to ONBS and talk to Net. Now, Net and Sec are two familiar characters to those of you who've played Coliseum. Professor Crane mentioned that these guys were instrumental in taking down Cypher 5 years ago. These two are indeed part of what took down Cypher, what helped take them out. They were originally called the Kids Grid. They were what helped Wes and Rui help decipher a similar data ROM, which contained contents for the Shadow Pokemon that Cypher had conducted back then. So they later went on to form ONBS and essentially be a TV network. However, there are a few things that we need to do here in Agate Village. So I'm going to go ahead and grab myself the Shadow Pokemon that we need, and I'll meet you guys at the Relic Stone. Now normally I do this type of thing at the end of an episode. However, there are a few reasons for doing this now. For one, since we have access to the Purify Chamber, I can put in the Shadow Pokemon that aren't going to be a part of the main party into there to help with purification. However, there are a few other things that I would like to do here and now. The first of which is the Purify Houndour. Houndour opened the door to its heart. And he's regained the moves Feint Attack, so a decent Dark type move, and Charm. Okay. And gained a lot of experience. So how many levels will Houndour go up? Level 18. Level 19. Only to level 19. Okay, so it's a little bit behind Jolteon, but it should be good for what it currently is. And like I mentioned previously, I was giving nicknames to all the Pokemon in my main party. So I will give a nickname to Houndour. As to what this name is... Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Houndour's name? Koromaru. So is Koromaru correct? Yep. I told you they would be based off video games. And now we have a few more Shadow Pokemon to purify. Mareep, Baltoy, and Spheal. So let's go ahead and do that now. And since we're on the topic of nicknames, I would like to go ahead and give Jolteon its nickname now. Blech. So let's go ahead and nickname Jolteon. Jolteon, is it? This is quite a fine name you've bestowed. It is quite the best, luck-wise. That's its natural name. Knowing that, would you still change the nickname to something better? Of course. So Jolteon's nickname... C-L-A-U-S. Klaus. Now, with Klaus, I had to come up with this one on my own. I did not get, sadly, any admissions or suggestions for what Jolteon's nickname would be. One of them was, I only had 2 people who submitted anything. One of them was a move and not a character, though admittedly that was more jokingly. And the other was a comic book character, which didn't quite fit into the theme that I was going in. So yeah, I had to come up with this one, although it's not quite as fitting as what a lot of my other Pokemon is, but I still feel that it's fitting. Is Klaus okay? Yes. Done. From now on, this Pokemon should be known as Klaus. This is a name that is vastly superior than before. Its luckiness is simply unsurpassed. Keep treating your Klaus with love and affection. Okay, and conveniently, there's a PC box right here, so now I can go into some more details on the Purify chamber. Now that we have a few more, well, normal Pokemon with us now. So, putting Spheal in here, we can see that the tempo is a lot different depending on where we put Spheal. If we put Spheal here, the tempo barely goes up, but here, it goes up a lot more. That is because Spheal, with it being an Ice type, is super effective against Ladybug, who is a Flying type. So, the Purification is a lot more efficient, as opposed to here, where it simply wouldn't be. So because of our limited amount of Pokemon that we can go with, we're just gonna have to make do with what we've got. And actually, we might be able to get in another one. And as you can see, with 4 Pokemon, the Purification goes up by a lot. So, our most efficient method would be right here, where it's almost at a full tempo. However, if we take another Pokemon, let's take Delcatty with us. Take Flappy out. And put Flappy in here. We can see where that treatment would be. So you can see how much lower the tempo would be if we replaced Ladybug. However, if we replace Spheal, then the tempo is at its maximum. Now, if you have multiple sets that are multiple sets with a full tempo, Purification exceeds at an even faster rate. So do try to max out that tempo as much as possible, and you'll get the most efficient Purification. Now, since we do have a few more... Oh, no, I did not want to do that. So we have a few more Pokemon. We can go ahead and get started on another Shadow Pokemon to be purified. We can put Spheal in here. And then we can also use Teddiursa. I will take Carvanha with me. Sorry, Teddiursa, you were amazing in that last battle, but we're gonna need to utilize you with Purifying Shadow Pokemon, so... Unfortunately, you're gonna have to be down here. You did good when you were with us, Teddiursa. Props to you. But you are needed elsewhere. Okay, so now that we have that going, we have almost all of our Shadow Pokemon pretty much taken care of. They're either with our party, already purified, or in the Purified Chamber, with the exception of C-Dot. So, overall, I'd say we're doing pretty well. However, with all of the purification and with the Purified Chamber and purifying our Pokemon here, we are pretty much out of time, unfortunately. I think we still have a little bit of time left, but we don't have much. At least I don't think we'd have enough time to go to Pyrite. However, I think for going through the Cypher lab, I think the teacher lady has some more moves that she can teach our Pokemon. And no, she doesn't. Okay, so after this, she still only has the 3 moves. Good to know. Alright, I might want to go and grab a few more Pokeballs. I am starting to run low on a few of them, as well as a few more potions, because I could also use some more of those. I could also sell my awakening, so there are a few shopping bits that I could do. So sell the awakening, because it's useless. And go ahead and buy a few more Pokeballs. Not really many. Go ahead and buy 6. Go ahead and buy 6 Super Potions. Just be at an even 10. We don't really need Ice Heals. I'll buy a couple more Paralyze Heals. And that should be good for now. Alright, well, I think we're good to go. We're good to go to our journey to Pyrite Town. So next time on Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, we will head on over to Pyrite Town and seek out ONBS. Hopefully the people there will be able to decipher this data ROM and see what its contents contain. So until next time, everyone, take care.